Problem number 3 on penalty method. Using 2 bar element, find the stress distribution in a uniformly tapering bar of circular cross-sectional area 3 cm square and 2 cm square at their ends, length 100 mm, subjected to an axial tensile load of 50 Newton at the smaller end and fixed at the larger end. Take E is equal to 2 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per mm square. See here in this problem, figure is not given. You have to draw the figure. See, using 2 bar element, find the stress distribution. You have to find the stress in the element in a uniformly tapering bar of circular cross-sectional area. See, it is a uniformly tapering bar having circular cross-section. See, we will draw the figure. So it is uniformly tapering bar of circular cross section 3 cm square and 2 cm square area. See, at the larger end the area is 3 cm square. This is the larger end. Here the area is 3 cm square. At the smaller end the area is 2 cm square. Length is 100 mm. Means the length of the bar is 100 mm. Subjected to an axial tensile load of 50 Newton at the smaller end. See, at the smaller end means at this end it is subjected to a tensile load of 50 Newton and fixed at the larger end, means this larger end is fixed. This is the fixed end of the bar. This is the problem. See here, when a uniformly tapering bar is given, you have to convert that tapered bar into a stepped bar. Here in the problem they have mentioned using 2 bar element. You have to consider 2 bar element for the FE model, means you have to convert this uniformly tapering bar into stepped bar having 2 steps. Now see here, I will consider the center point. The distance will be 50 mm. 50 mm. See, now I will convert this tapered bar into stepped bar. This is one step. This is another step. The lengths are this is 50 mm, this is also 50 mm. 50 mm. Here the applied load is 50 Newton. This is the fixed end. So we have converted the tapered bar into stepped bar. Now what about the cross sectional area of step 1 and step 2? For that, first we have to find out the cross sectional area of this tapered bar at the center. Since it is a uniformly tapering bar, at the center the cross sectional area will be average of these two areas. Means if you take average of 3 cm square and 2 cm square, that will be the cross section area at the center of the bar. So cross section at the center of the tapering bar, that will be equal to 3 plus 2 by 2, that is 2.5 centimeter square. See here it is 3 centimeter square and at the center it will be 2.5 centimeter square. Now the area of this first cross section will be average area of 3 centimeter square and 2.5 centimeter square. So therefore area of first step, I will take it as A1 will be is equal to 3 plus 2.5 by 2. It will be equal to 2.75 centimeter square. Next we need area of this second step, cross sectional area of this second step. That will be equal to average area of these two. Means if you take the average area at the center and at the free end, that will be the cross section area of this second step. See here it is 2.5 centimeter square, here it is 2 centimeter square. Average of these two area will be the cross section area of this second step. So area of second step, will take A2 will be 2.5 plus 2 by 2. It will be equal to 2.25 centimeter square. This is the cross section area of second step. Next is FE model. So here you have to use two elements because here there are two steps. This is element number 1. This is element number 2. So node numbering 1, 2, 3. Nodal forces are F1 at node number 1, F2 at node number 2 and F3 at node number 3. And nodal displacements at node number 1 it is Q1, at node number 2 Q2 and at node number 3 the displacement is Q3. This is the finite element model of the given continent. Next is to write the elemental stiffness matrix. Elemental stiffness matrix. We know the formula K is equal to AE by L 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. For element 1, K1 will be equal to A1, it is 2.75 centimeter square. If you convert it into mm square, it becomes 275 mm square. 275 mm square into Young's modulus 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm square by the length it is 50 mm. 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. If you simplify this, you will get 10 to the power of 5 outside, 11 minus 11 minus 11 11. Now here you have to give the node numbering. See element number 1, it connects node number 1 to 2. So here the numbering will be 1 2 1 2. Next elemental stiffness matrix for element 2. For element 2, K2 is A2 area, it is 2.25 centimeter square. If you convert it into mm square, it becomes 225. So 225 into Young's modulus 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm square divided by length, it is 50. 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. So it will be 10 to the power of 5 outside, 9 minus 9 minus 9 9. See element 2, it connects node number 2 to 3. So here the numbering 2 3 2 3. Next is global stiffness matrix. Global stiffness matrix. It is K is equal to K1 plus K2. Since there are 3 nodes and each node has got 1 degree of freedom, the order of the global stiffness matrix will be 3 cross 3. K will be equal to node numbering 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. See element corresponding to 1 and 1. For that, see the elemental stiffness matrix for first element K1. The element corresponding to 1 and 1 is 11. But here in K2, we don't have any element corresponding to 1 and 1. Therefore, here element corresponding to 1 and 1 will be 11. Next, we need element corresponding to 2 and 1. See K1, here element corresponding to 2 and 1 is minus 11. But in K2, we don't have any element corresponding to 2 and 1. Therefore, element corresponding to 2 and 1 is minus 11. Next, we need element corresponding to 3 and 1. If you see K1, here we don't have any element corresponding to 3 and 1. Similarly, in K2, again we don't have any element corresponding to 3 and 1. Therefore, here element corresponding to 3 and 1 becomes 0. Next, since we know global stiffness matrix is symmetric matrix, we can write here minus 11, 0. Next, we need element corresponding to 2 and 2. See K1, here element corresponding to 2 and 2 is 11. In K2, we have element corresponding to 2 and 2, 9. So, here element corresponding to 2 and 2 will be 11 plus 9. It becomes 20. Next, we need element corresponding to 3 and 2. See K1, here we don't have any element corresponding to 3 and 2. In K2, we have element corresponding to 3 and 2. It is minus 9. So here it becomes minus 9. According to symmetry, you can write here minus 9. Next, element corresponding to 3 and 3. In K1, we don't have any element. But in K2, the element corresponding to 3 and 3 is 9. Therefore, here we will get 9. This is the global stiffness matrix. Next is global displacement vector, that is Q is equal to Q1, Q2, Q3. Next, global load vector. F is equal to F1, F2, F3, which will be equal to, see the figure, F1 means force acting at node number 1. Here there is no force, so F1 becomes 0. Similarly, F2, force acting at this point, again it is 0. F3, that is force acting at node number 3, that is equal to 50 Newton. So F1, F2, F3 becomes 0, 0, 50. This is plus 50 because it is acting in positive x direction. So F1 is 0, F2 is 0, F3 is 50. This is the global force vector or global load vector. Next is equilibrium condition. Equilibrium condition, that is K into Q is equal to F, 10 to the power of 5 outside, 11 minus 11, 0, minus 11, 20, minus 9, 0, minus 9, 9. Q1, Q2, Q3 is equal to F, that is 0, 0, 50. This is the equilibrium equation. Next is applying the boundary condition. Applying the boundary condition using penalty method. See, in penalty method, this fixed support is modeled by using a spring having large stiffness C. The spring stiffness C will be given by maximum of Kij into 10 to the power of 4. See, in the global stiffness matrix, the element having maximum value is 20 into 10 power 5. Therefore, C will be 20 into 10 power 5 into 10 power 4. This is the stiffness of the spring. See, from figure, we know that node number 1 is fixed, therefore Q1 will be is equal to 0. Since Q1 will be is equal to 0, according to this penalty method, this maximum spring stiffness C gets added to K11, means here. So it becomes 11 plus C. Next, the corresponding spring force. Here at node 1, Q1 will be is equal to 0, equal to A1. So the corresponding spring force, that is C into A1, gets added to corresponding nodal force, means it gets added here. It is plus C into A1. So after applying the boundary condition, the equilibrium equation becomes 10 power 5 11 plus 20 into 10 power 4 minus 11 0 minus 11 20 minus 9 0 minus 9 9 into Q1 Q2 Q3 is equal to, see here, 0 plus CA1. Since here A1 is equal to 0, so C into A1 becomes 0. So 0 plus 0, again it is 0. F2 is 0 and F3 is 50 Newton. This is the equilibrium equation or finite element equation after applying the boundary condition using this penalty method. Now if you simplify this, it becomes 10 to the power of 5 2 0 0 0 11 minus 11 0 minus 11 20 minus 9 0 minus 9 9 into Q1 Q2 Q3 is equal to 0 0 50. Now multiply this, we will get 2 0 0 0 11 into Q1 minus 11 into Q2. 11 Q2 is equal to 0. Next, minus 11 into Q1 plus 20 into Q2 minus 9 into Q3 is equal to 0. Next, minus 9 into Q2 plus 9 into Q3 is equal to 50 into 10 power minus 5. If you solve these three equations, solving above equation, we get Q1 is equal to 2.5 into 10 power minus 9 mm. It is displacement at node number 1. Next, Q2 will be is equal to 4.546 into 10 power minus 5 mm. This is displacement at node number 2. And Q3 will be is equal to 1.01 into 10 power minus 4 mm. This is displacement at node number 3. So these are the nodal displacements. Next we need stress in each element. Stress in each element. For element 1, we have sigma 1 is equal to E1 by L1 minus 1 Q1 Q2. Substitute the given value. E1 it is 2 into 10 power 5 divided by length, it is 50 minus 1 into Q1 2.5 into 10 power minus 9. Q2 is 4.546 into 10 power minus 5. If you simplify this, we will get sigma 1 is equal to 0.1818 Newton per mm square. This is stress in element number 1. Next, stress in element 2. For element 2, sigma 2 is E2 by L2 minus 1 Q2 Q3 equal to E2, again it is 2 into 10 power 5, L2 it is 50 minus 1 Q2 it is 4.546 into 10 power minus 5, Q3 it is 1.01 into 10 power minus 4. If you simplify this, we will get sigma 2 is equal to 0.2222 Newton per mm square. This is stress in element number 2. Thank you.